Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Eliminations. 4 at once. Perfect aim. 5 at once. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Eliminations. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. 4 at once. Perfect aim. Domination. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Incredible. Perfect aim. Domination. Object captured. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Domination. Object lost. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Object triple elimination. Perfect aim. Eliminations. 4 object lost. Perfect aim. Domination. Perfect aim. Combo breaker. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Domination. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Elimination. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Triple elimination. Blade Master. Elimination streak. Blade Master. Bang. The enemy captured point C. Perfect aim. Point A is under attack. Point A. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Point C. Eliminations. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Domination. 4 at once. Perfect aim. Bang. Perfect aim. Point E is under attack. You rock. E is under attack. Point E is under double attack. Elimination. Perfect aim. Eliminations. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Point E. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Domination. Eliminations. 4 at once. Perfect aim. Bang. E is under attack. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Domination. Triple elimination. B captured. Perfect aim. Elimination streak. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Domination. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Point A is under attack. Perfect aim. Point A lost. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Domination. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Elimination streak. Point A captured. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Point A is under attack. Point A. Perfect aim. Domination. Incredible. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Perfect. Nice. Perfect aim. Domination. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Eliminations. 4 at once. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Domination. Point B is under attack. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Eliminations. 4 at once. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Bang. Eliminations. Perfect aim. Domination. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Incredible. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Domination. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Captured point A. Point B is under attack. Perfect aim. Point B captured. Point B is under attack. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Nice. Point C is under attack. Perfect aim. Point B captured. Point C captured. Perfect aim. Point A is under attack. Point B is under attack. Perfect aim. Eliminations. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Domination. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. 4 at once. Perfect aim. Domination. Bang. Point B is under attack. Point A is under attack. Double elimination. Point B captured. Point A is under attack. Merciless. Point A captured. Point A is under attack. Eliminations. Merciless. Point A lost. The enemy captured Perfect point A. Domination. Point C captured. Point B is under attack. Point B is under attack. Point B is under attack. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Domination. Point C is under attack. Incredible. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Domination. The enemy captured point A. Perfect A is under attack. Double elimination. Perfect A. Triple elimination. Perfect A. Point A captured.